Hello dear students. So today in this video I am continuing the next part of human reproduction. So in the previous video you have studied about accessory glands of male reproductive system, and accessory glands of male reproductive system include a pair of seminal vesicles, a prostate gland and a pair of bulbourethral glands. So today in this video I am going to explain about female reproductive system. The human female reproductive system is specialized to support the process of gametogenesis, ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, birth and child care. And the parts of the female reproductive system are a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts, uterus, cervix, vagina, external genitalia and mammary glands. So here I need to elaborate the terms. The female reproductive system is not only involved in the gametogenesis, that means along with the production of female gamete egg, it releases the egg. Process is called ovulation. It is the site for fertilization where the male and female gametes fuse with each other. The zygote undergoes development during pregnancy. It is related to the birth as well as child care, because after delivering the baby, the milk is produced by mammary glands which nourishes the young one. So all these different functions are carried out by female reproductive system. It produces the gametes, it releases the gametes, it is the site of fertilization, it helps in pregnancy, it is involved in the birth of a child as well as it supports the child care. What are the different parts of female reproductive system? The different parts of female reproductive system are a pair of ovaries, and ovaries represent the primary sex organs and they are female gonads. A pair of oviduct, also called fallopian tube, uterus, also called womb, cervix, vagina, external genitalia and mammary glands. So all these are the parts with respect to the study of female reproductive system. So moving to the next slide. Ovaries are the primary female sex organs. They produce the female gamete called ovum. The ovum is also called egg, and sperm is also called spermatozoa. Like that, ovum is also known as egg. They also produce the steroid hormones, nothing but ovarian hormones. See, as in case of male reproductive system, the cells of the testis, that is Leydig cells, as they are producing the male sex hormones, the ovaries also produce ovarian hormones, also known as female sex hormones. What is the length? The length of ovary is 2 to 4 centimeter, and they are connected to pelvic wall and uterus by ligaments. Ovarian ligaments support the connection between ovary and pelvic wall. Each ovary is covered by a thin epithelium enclosing an ovarian stroma. So here in the diagram, it is the transverse section through the ovary, and here you can see what are the different structures present in the ovary. Ovary is covered by epithelium and it encloses ovarian stroma, and ovarian stroma, it is the matrix of the ovary, and it is divided into two zones as peripheral cortex and inner medulla. The outermost portion represents peripheral cortex, and inner portion represents medulla, and both are the parts of ovarian stroma. So here you can see the different cells. Peritoneum, it is the covering, it is mature follicle. These are the primary follicles, which are the structures present inside the ovary. These follicles convert into mature follicle, and mature follicle releases the egg, that is the female gamete. Here in the image you can see this is the stroma portion, and stroma portion is divided into two parts, peripheral cortex and inner medulla. So moving to the next one. Before this one, let me explain about the diagram. Here you can see. So these are the female gonads called ovary. How many ovaries are present in the female reproductive system? 2 ovaries are present, and both of them are attached to uterus. This structure is called uterus, and this is the cavity inside the uterus called uterine cavity, and this portion represents uterine fundus. The uterus is also called womb of the mother. Ovaries are attached to the uterus with the help of ovarian ligament. To the pelvic wall as well as to the uterus, the ovaries are attached with the help of ovarian ligament. So here the ovaries are located, they are oval in shape, attached to the pelvic wall as well as to the uterus with the help of ovarian ligament. So let us go for this one. Accessory ducts of female reproductive system. What it includes? Oviducts, uterus and vagina. The oviduct is also called fallopian tube. They are 2 in number because each fallopian tube is attached or it is connected with the ovaries. As the ovaries are 2 in number, the fallopian tubes are also 2 in number. What is the length? Each fallopian tube is 10 to 12 centimeters long. It extends from periphery of each ovary to the uterus. It is extending from the periphery of the ovary to the uterus. Infundibulum, it is funnel shaped part closer to the ovary. Fimbriae, they are finger-like projections at the edge of infundibulum that aid in collecting the ovum after ovulation. Ampulla, it is wider part of the oviduct after infundibulum. Isthmus, it is the last part of the oviduct. It has a narrow lumen and it joins with the uterus. Here you need to remember all the terms. Oviduct, also called fallopian tube, infundibulum, fimbriae, ampulla and isthmus. These are the parts with respect to study of accessory ducts. So here it is more clear. You can see the structure. This portion is infundibulum. The wider portion is ampulla. Again it is becoming narrow towards the uterine cavity. This represents isthmus. So infundibulum, ampulla, isthmus. All the 3 together represent fallopian tube, also known as oviduct. What are the parts of fallopian tube? Infundibulum, ampulla, isthmus. And which one is the wider part of fallopian tube? Answer is ampulla. So here you can see the infundibulum is ending with finger-like projections. Both the sides. Each ovary, it is having, near each ovary, the finger-like projected structures are produced from infundibulum, and this is called fimbriae. What is the function of fimbriae? When egg is released from the ovary, it is received from fimbriae, and that egg passes into infundibulum, ampulla, isthmus. these portions of the fallopian tube are lined with ciliated epithelium. Again I repeat, the lining of fallopian tube consists of ciliated epithelium, and the movement of the cilia, it pushes the egg received from fimbriae to the infundibulum, then to the ampulla, then finally it reaches isthmus. So these are the parts with respect to the study of fallopian tube, also known as oviduct. So what are the parts of fallopian tube? Infundibulum, ampulla, isthmus. The infundibulum is having finger-like projected structures known as fimbriae. What is the function of fimbriae? It receives the egg released from ovary. Name the wider part of fallopian tube. Answer is ampulla. So here the very important part of this one is diagram. You need to make the practice of this diagram. It is a 5-mark question, very important question in the human reproduction chapter. I hope it is clear. In the tomorrow's video, I am going to send the Kannada and English both combined explanation of male reproductive system as well as female reproductive system. I hope it is clear. Thank you.